West?
Well, it was a long time ago. I mean, we've been friends for about 10 years now. We've been writing together about 4.5 years, and we got together really from, I was in a band that sounded very much like Free, the old band Free, remember?
Right, yeah,
and
All
so,
Right Now,
that's
and Paul
right.
Rogers, yeah.
And so was Pete, and we were both living in a small town just outside London, and there was a review in the local paper saying my band sounded like Free, so Pete came down to see what the competition was like, because the town wasn't really big enough for 2 Free imitations.
To Nicky's drummer, truth be told.
Yeah.
Wanted to see if his drummer was better than ours, and if so...
But instead of stealing the drummer, you stole Richard.
Well, not really at that time. Obviously Peter had seen us rehearse, so we said, have you got a tape of you? He played the tape of the band he was in, and I just thought it was great, so I kind of tracked him down. He just left, and all I knew was his name. So I found him in the end and just pestered him for a tape, and we sort of became friends. I used to go and see his band play and what have you.
Then when did you decide to make the transition from playing in the clubs and the pubs to getting the recording contract and making the big time? Was there a moment you said, all right, I think we're ready, let's do it?
No, there's never really been a moment like that.
That's much too planned and considered, no.
Yeah, we just found that we were both free. I mean, it sounds like we were super busy the rest of the time, but we found, Pete wasn't working in any other bands, and neither was I, so we just got together writing for fun. And a friend came round who knew someone at a publishing company and just said, you should try and get a publishing deal. And he explained, it just seemed logical to us because it meant we could then do better demos. There were only 2 of us, so we couldn't play live. So, we just said, yeah, go on then, take it.
Yeah, we let him take the tape. We didn't fancy it ourselves.
Yeah,
Thought we'd let him make a fool of himself and see what would happen.
But he didn't make a fool of himself?
No, he certainly didn't, no. We got to deal with ATV. It sounds like this is your
No,
life.
he certainly did.
Certainly did. And he's here tonight.
Here he comes.
They gave us, we were signed, they gave us a 3-year deal, which was great. It meant we could do the demos, and although it was very shaky for those 3 years, eventually, we got a deal with them.
And your first video really hit the screens with quite a splash. We were sent the video and they said, there's this new band on the scene. They're creating a sensation in Britain, and Godley and Creme are directing the video.
Right.
How did all that come about for We Close Our Eyes?
Well, our manager knows their manager, which means that when we sent them our tape, that they would listen to it and not throw it straight in the bin.
Right, out of they must get a lot of tapes.
Yeah, right, sure.
Yeah.
Busy boys. So they listened to the tape, and fortunately for us, they liked the song. So they called and said, we'd be interested in working with you. So it went on from there.
Because anyone that doesn't know, Godley and Creme have also done Every Breath You Take for the Police and Herbie Hancock's Rocket, Duran Duran's Girls on Film.
Synchronicity, yeah. And loads before that I didn't even know about videos for Toyah, and although I don't know how big Toyah is over here, I must admit.
Toyah is not quite cracked it in the States yet.
Right.
But big in England. How was it for you when you were shooting on the soundstage with Godley and Creme?
Terrifying.
Yeah, very weird.
Absolutely.
We hadn't really worked in front of cameras before, and all of a sudden we were on our own, really. I mean, we worked quite separately because it was a chroma key background, and we're not really on screen very often at the same time. So you're just standing there on your own. It was very nerve-wracking. I mean, I was shaking. And after about an hour, you kind of get a little used to it, but at first you feel like running off,
It seemed like a lot of people on the set, all those technicians, cameramen, lighting people.
They're all standing in for those little wooden puppets that come in and out. Should we check out the video right now?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Would you like to introduce it?
This is We Close Our Eyes by Go West.
Let's talk a little about playing live, because you guys have recently completed a tour of the States. How was it for you?
It's great. We were petrified about touring before, but we did Japan just before with Culture Club and the Style Council and the Associates. We just did 6 very big gigs.
Quick practice,
Yeah, quick practice before America. And then we did 8 dates with Heart over here and did a few small places on our own. It's good, the experience we've had in the last couple of months playing live. We've played all sorts of venues, from baseball stadiums down to like a school hall with 350 people.
Now, I know that you have a track.
Yeah, weddings.
Give them a call, they can be arranged. I know that you've got a track coming out on the Rocky IV soundtrack.
All right.
And are you going to be working on a second album now? Are you going to take some time off before the next tour, or what is lined up for you? Are you going to disappear again?
We're going to work live more or less to the end of this year, up to Christmas, and then beginning of next year, we'll be writing songs for the next album. As soon as we've got enough tunes to record, we'll record them, and we're hoping that we can do it quickly enough that the album will be out 86, sort of late summer, please.
Yeah.
Do you find inspiration comes to you when you're on the road, or do you have to, sit down and set some time aside to write?
Yeah, we have to set time aside. I think lyrically, things come to you on the road. I mean, you go through experiences that you end up writing about, but we don't actually find much time to sit down and write because we need to be very organised. We work that way. We like to have a...
Slowly. He's trying
yes,
to
we're very slow. And, you know, we need... Even when we start writing, after... We might not get anything for a week. You know, sometimes you start and you get an idea immediately, but other times, you know, it's no point in sitting down for half an hour here and there, because then by the time you get back, get a chance to get back to it...
Half an hour, it's only time for one chord, really,
yeah, it is, really.
Well, on your second video, which was for Call Me, Russell Mulcahy took over the direction of that. How was it working with him? Did he sit down and plan things out ahead of time, or was his direction spontaneous?
He planned it more than Godley and Cream. I mean, our experience is limited, but yeah, he showed us a model of the set he wanted to build. So I suppose at least we had more of an idea of how the whole thing was going to look before we started, which we certainly didn't with We Close Our Eyes.
Yeah, when he described, we met him, he actually phoned us to ask if he could do it, which was good. He'd seen us on the tube, found out we were looking for someone to do a video. And just by, I don't know, a series of coincidences, he ended up phoning us.
Which is nice.
And we went to see him. We thought, so
hello,
that was...
Mulcahy. Can I work on your video?
Can I? Yes, of course you can, my love. So then we met him, and he started describing his idea. And after about 5 minutes, I said, this sounds very much like Rumblefish. And he said, oh, right, you've seen it. So we were both... We'd wanted to do something like Rumblefish, but obviously not being video directors or anything, we couldn't do anything about it. And him describing his idea of being so close to Rumblefish was fantastic. So we just said, fine, great.
Where you go, Russell?
Away we go. It really is a terrific video, lots of effects. And let's take a look at it, shall we? Do you want to introduce it?
No, you
Looks like it's my turn. Yeah, this is Call Me by Go West.
That's a band with a lot of potential on Video One, the Jets, and from a band...
Good-looking guys. And the press is calling you the next Wham.
The old press.
Yeah.
How
do you feel about the press?
Well, about the press?
Well, and they're, you know, comparisons that they immediately have to categorize you. That here's a good-looking duo, so they are the next Wham. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's just duo. I mean, that's all. We've been compared to Soft Cell, which is interesting
Right
to say the least.
Spot off.
I mean, anybody, spot off, yeah, anybody with, you know, any duo is going to be compared to other duos. I think there are better duos to compare us to than Wham.
Right, Tears for Fears have had the comparison with Wham as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's just silly, isn't it, really? I mean, musically, I'm not... Sorry, Wham. I mean, I've got nothing against... People always think we got something against Wham. It's just we don't want someone to read something that says we're like Wham. Go out and buy the record. It sounds nothing like Wham, and they say, oh, how dare they say they're like Wham,
right.
And we never did.
Wham are good in their right, you're good in...
Yeah, I mean, I've got... As I say, we like
George
Wham.
Michael is going to punch you straight in the ear.
Yeah. No, I bought Wham records. Not many, I bought some.
What other records have you bought that maybe have influenced you? Maybe not your writing, but you like to sit down and listen to it. You play it over and over again in the car and the tour bus.
At the moment, Sting. I've been playing that album to death.
Yes, but it hasn't influenced your writing.
No, it hasn't had a chance to yet. It will do, though. A lot of Todd Rundgren stuff, I think, influenced us. The Fix, Michael McDonald. And millions of other things. You tend to pull little parts like The Fix we like, particularly the way they use guitars, and like Michael McDonald, his vocal arrangements. So you don't kind of take the whole thing, you just pull little bits from it that influence you.
How about the future plans for Go West? You are hopefully planning another tour after the next album.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want... this isn't confirmed by any stretch of the imagination, but the usual procedure, isn't it? Well, second album, if there's... we'll probably end up touring America incessantly, and you'll all be sick to death of us by the end of next year.
Have you enjoyed being in America this time on this tour? Has it been a good experience for you, or very hard work?
It's been hard work on occasion, but it's been good fun. It's been a good experience.
Yeah, I mean, this whole year's been... we've done so many things, you know, we toured so many different countries, and it's nicely...
Typhoons, hurricanes,
yeah, the whole lot.
Yokohama and a hurricane on the East Coast.
So,
whoa.
Which went right over the bus, which was quite good.
Yeah.
Hopefully no earthquakes, right?
Not yet, but...
Not yet.
Yeah, yeah, we're off to Chile soon. We're going to hang out there for a while.
So what is the single most memorable thing that you can tell us about of this current tour in America?
The current tour in America?
That you're allowed to say on the television?
I suppose that the hurricane part of it was quite interesting because it was always on your mind. I mean, we played a place called the Malibu Beach Club, which is in Long Island, nowhere near Malibu, and it's made of matchsticks, more or less, and we went on at 12:30 in the storm. The Hurricane Gloria was supposed to hit at 1 o'clock.
They were evacuating the surrounding...
Taking out the audience as you're going. Well, it's okay, don't worry about it, guys.
Yeah, the audience, there was a great reaction, you know, and then we thought...
They were really good.
We went down a storm, right?
Yeah. Oh, we had so many of those, that was it all night, you know. We'll blow them away, all that kind of thing. So, anyway, we managed to get out before the storm, stayed in New York overnight, and then we got out in the morning. It was a bit like, you know, it's really weird seeing everyone in the hotel lobby kind of panicking and trying to get out of New York as quickly as they could. And after all of this, we went on the coach and went to sleep, and when we woke up, they told us that the hurricane went right across the truck. It lifted it off the ground, and they had to hide under a bridge, and there were trees. We woke up, and everyone was, like, sitting there like this.
The coach up?
Yeah, it lifted it over on its side as it was going around.
On the next tour, make sure your disaster insurance is well paid up, right?
Yeah. Well, that was it. I was more worried about the gear, because I thought, you know, if the Malibu Matchstick Club falls down to the ground. I mean, it was a great place, but it was a beach club. I mean, they're not built to last. And I thought if any, you know, hurricane hits this place, it's just going to fall straight down on all our gear.
Well, best of luck. I'm sure you'll be bringing the house down on your next tour.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks for having us.
Well, yeah, thanks for having us. Thanks for coming down here. And we're going to leave with your latest video.
Our latest video.
Right here on Video One. Video One would like to thank Richard and Peter, the two members of Go West, for their exclusive interview. Coming up tomorrow on Video One, we'll have the latest from Stevie Wonder, a traveling triple header from Twisted Sister, In Excess, and Loverboy, a double header from Elton John, and a bunch of other great videos. That's tomorrow on Video One with the Video One Countdown and more. But right now, our salute to the ladies of rock and roll concludes with Bananarama and Sheila E.